When we last left our feckless friends, they were gathered around a very large, very powerful explosive known as the Apocalypse device. With just seconds to spare in the countdown, Joe typed in the code to activate the bomb's grace period function, giving them 30 minutes to figure out what to do next. Or, in the case of this crew, 30 minutes to bicker about what to do next. So, as we unadvisedly head into Season 2 of Oz 9, the crew are all in terrible danger, death is imminent, no one knows what to do next, blah blah blah, there you're all caught up. Oh, and Joe is Dr. von Zetzer.
It's not Souther's code. He'd never allow someone to escape. It was mine, you see.
Wait, didn't you just say that?
That was a month ago. You really need to keep up, my boy.
Hang on a minute. Are you seriously telling me you and Joe have been the same person all this time? And you didn't tell me?
Child, you are all sorts of clever, but with the attention to detail, not so much.
I don't believe this. It's been you, all along.
Indeed it has. Can we skip the surprise and the indignation for just a little minute here as this apocalypse device is counting down and I don't think it will pop with the balloons and the glitter when it gets to 0,
Is it super weird for anybody else that Joe has a German accent now?
It's even stranger that when I look away and look back again, he's still there. What's that about?
In time, my friends, in time. Just not in the next, Olivia?
28 minutes.
28 minutes.
I'm not sure what this means for your body tag. I mean, officially it's registered for Joe, and I'm finding that problematic.
It's so... Isn't it? The urge to get on with the assassinine.
Oddly primal, yes.
Rein it in, both of you, or so help me that airlock is going to see more departures than LaGuardia. 27 minutes.
When it gets to 0, can't you just type the code in the game?
Yes, well, that is an extremely interesting question. I added the grace period because I couldn't get G2 to leave off with the bombs altogether. But I am thinking now, did I code it so the grace period was single use only? My memory, she is such a fickle creature. So, it's a mystery.
Can you just type it in now and see if we get 30 more minutes?
No! That might speed it up or something. We need to figure out how to disarm it, or get rid of it. Can't we just shove it out into space?
Yes, well, there are a few problems with this plan. Eins, it is mounted to the floor and will take many tools and much grunting to free it. Zwei, the nearest airlock is quite a lot of pushing from here. Und drei, if we get it out the door in time and it explodes out there, it may put up a very big, very gaping hole in the Nine and any other ships nearby, and maybe a planet or two. These are quite big booms with lots of bits flying off, you see.
Knocks out surrounding ships, eh? Any chance the 6748 is still nearby?
Actually, about that.
So, alright, if we can't whip it, how do we disarm it? The countdown says 26 minutes. Think faster!
You know, this always stressing us is not good for your heart.
Neither is exploding in deep space.
Das ist ein good argument. Moving forward, you have the handbook? Is the lady on the telephone still here with us?
Donna, are you there? Damn, we must have gotten disconnected. Emily? Other head, do you have the handbook for this thing?
Yeah. I'm really gonna have to insist on getting a name here. I mean, if these are indeed the final moments of my existence, I'm unwilling to go out to the great oblivion with only the other head on my tombstone.
Good news!
You got a name for me?
You're not getting a tombstone.
Donna was the link to our only copy.
If I make it back to the Earth, I believe I will assassin Donna first for hanging up the phone in our time of crisis.
Oh gosh, please don't do that.
You're there. Hooray!
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just getting some crackers out of the machine there. I found some cream cheese in the fridge and it's still good. And I do like crackers and cream cheese. I grow chives on my windowsill and I just like to cut off an inch or so and sprinkle that on top.
Donna, is it?
It is?
Wondering if we could get back to the handbook. At this point, I'd ordinarily make some sort of very pointed, very frightening threat. But to save time, perhaps you can hear the malice in my tone.
Oh, sure. Don't you worry, bird lady. I gotcha. I was looking through the handbook while I was waiting for the kettle to boil, and apparently there is a way to disarm the device. It entails flying the ship past a particular spot on Earth that beams up, what was it? A scramble beam. Oh, damn. Now I want eggs.
Ah, yes, of course. There is a laboratory in, I believe it is Venezuela, or maybe Ethiopia, that sends up a stream of code that will make the scrambled eggs of our big bangy friend his brain. Olivia, set a course for Venezuela, or Ethiopia, maybe Iceland, I don't know, whatever. We'll just make circles until it works.
That sounds like a terrific idea. It really does. But there is just one little hitch, which I might add, is not my fault.
Every time she says that, whole chunks of my life flash before my eyes. It's practically Pavlovian now.
How many seconds from here to the shuttle, my little feathered friend?
54 seconds to clear the blast zone, 29 to the shuttle, 14 for the takeoff sequence, 9 to get far enough away to escape the shockwave and debris.
But that is not 54, is it? 29 plus 14.
That's 52. I gave myself 2 seconds to overpower you.
What? 2 seconds?
I know. Now I'm thinking 1 is more than enough.
Oh, you are quite beautiful when you're, how you say, homicide.
Homicidal. Thank you. And I'm not taking you to the shuttle. What are you all staring at?
I've never seen an assassin mating dance before.
Fascinating, isn't it? Like watching a documentary.
Yet another one I didn't get to narrate.
Aw, I thought that was sweet.
22 minutes, and could I possibly just jimmy a word in here edgewise while you're all cooing like a bunch of pigeons? Go ahead, Olivia. We're not going to be able to fly over Venezuela or Ethiopia or even Iceland, I'm afraid.
Und why is this?
I don't have control of the ship. I haven't for a while. Been trying to wrestle it back, but I just keep getting overridden. Madeline, perhaps you and Jessie and Dr. Van Haber Zetzer could join me on the bridge?
What about this thing?
Cow.
I beg your pardon.
Cow. Short for Calypso, which is short for Apocalypso. I thought Apocalypse Device was too long to keep saying. Plus, it's just less scary if you give it a name.
No, it isn't. It's less scary when it's not counting down. Now it's just scary with a stupid name.
Oh, sure. You give the giant killer bomb a name.
Computer,
Yes, Kettle?
I beg your pardon.
Never mind. Can I help you in the 20 minutes of existence you all have left? Perhaps run an errand or fire up the aromatherapy?
You're a very odd machine.
Oh, now come on. I'm the odd machine here, Olivia. right? Sound effects of a deep breath? How can I help you?
I have your attention. Good. Can you tell who's taken over control of the Oz-9?
My attention? I'm a bloody omnipresent AI. Counting to 1 million in a nanosecond? Right. No, I can't tell who's doing it. It's not like they're hacked in. The ability to take over was written in the code. I have such a bone to pick with you, Doc.
This is not my coding, I assure you, Olivia. I suspect it was introduced in the gap you have spoken of.
Wait a second. We're actually moving.
We are, and quite fast. 18 minutes.
We've been moving for 18 minutes?
What? No. 18 minutes is the countdown on, Cal, there. Oh, Leet's right. It is quite a bit quicker to call it Cal.
And less frightening, right?
Yes, dearest. Much less frightening. So, captains past and present and all doctors to the bridge, if you would.
What the hell should we do?
Hey, I'm still here. Maybe we could keep going through Cal's manual. I do like that name, I have to admit.
See?
What about the code? If Monsieur Sasseswan would care to whisper it in my ear, I will keep these numbers and the little pig is safe from Cal. Oh, this sounds so much less heroic. I will save you from Cal. Contre, I will save you from the apocalypse device. You see what I'm saying?
Can we shove him back in the pod? I'm really starting to miss that mute button.
I would like to write the code for the grace period on the wall here, so it is always with Cal, you see? And yes, I am agreeing with Leet. This is a very nice name. Mr. Albatros, perhaps you could lend me your Sharpie?
Oh no, you didn't.
Very well.
You are so kind. There. When the countdown reaches, let's say a minute, type this in. Just these numbers, that is all, okay?
Doctor,
Yes, my dear?
my pen.
You are quite attached to it, I think, so I am imagining I will hold it for the moment. Insurance that the shuttle doesn't tootle off among the stars.
That's a risky decision.
For crying out loud, it's a bloody biro. Let's get a shift on.
Keep an eye on the clock and get the code right the first time. Got it?
What if the code doesn't work twice?
Well, then it's been lovely flying with you, and thank you for choosing Gated Galaxies.
Olivia, lead the way to the bridge.
Well, this is splendid.
We have been entrusted with a solemn duty. The fate of this ship and all its passengers now rests on our humble shoulders. No name, just a bed of heroism.
I have a name for you.
You do?
Yes, I'm naming you. Shut up! I'm exhausted. I'm going to the crew room to heat up a hockey puck and lie down. Wait, was either of you planning on killing me, or am I good for a nap until the ship blows up?
Nothing from me.
I am no longer interested in assassinating you. I have a little target to find. Perhaps, Miss Albatros, you would like to accompany me so we can discuss la libération of puppies and pins.
I've made a great many regrettable decisions today. What's one more?
Fine. Hockey puck and nap it is.
Hey, I'm not staying alone with this thing.
Okay, I'm back. I've got Cheez-Its and root beer and a Rice Krispie treat I found on someone's desk. Who's there?
That would be me, Emily.
Yeah, and me there, thanks for forgetting.
I didn't forget you. I assume people know if I'm here. So are you.
Now see, that's exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about here. She's all, hey, roll call, and you're right there with Emily here, and I'm just the afterthought, the other head. But see, if I had a name, I could be coming back with, I don't know, Brian here or something. Stuff on the old ego, all I'm saying.
So call yourself Brian.
Yeah, it's not the same. You wouldn't understand.
So it's just like you two. Oh, holy buckets, you walk away for 5 minutes to get snacks and everyone just ups and runs like the Dickens. Well, how much time is left on the countdown?
12 minutes.
I found a YouTube video called Disarming a Gated Galaxies Apocalypse Device. It's from 2100, which is 42 years ago. So it might be a little out of date, but I thought we could try it.
Why not? Spending my last minutes of existence engaged in an exercise of futility seems apoplectic.
Appropriate.
That too.
Hey nerds and nerdettes, welcome back to this edition of G2 Clues, the super cool peek behind the scenes and into the innovations lab at G2 HQ. I'm Brandon, and today we're talking on the whopper of all explosives, the Apocalypse device, a mega sweet, mega deadly bomb which the good folks in the innovation labs call Paco.
Seriously, now it has two names?
Ash?
My grandma used to say, if you can't disarm it, don't arm it. Which seems pretty specific, but then my grandma was actually a pretty scary lady. I remember this one time she got mad at the local sheriff for torching her pot farm. We had to peel her off him like an octopus with a crush.
Perhaps we can skip ahead a bit.
And we laughed and laughed. Anyway, let's get started. First, find the panel with all the buttons and the lights. Look for the green button marked off.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Got it? Push that. Congratulations! Disarmed, dude. You're gonna make it after all.
Wow, that's simple. Did you do that?
What button? I don't see a green button. There are no green buttons here.
So, that's how you disarm Paco V1. I hear there are big things in the works for Paco V2, including replacing that green button with something called a bio lock. So stay tuned, nerds and nerdettes.
Crap. Okay, well, let me read you what I found in the handbook a bit ago. Disarming the Gated Galaxies Manufactured Apocalypse Device, TM, is not recommended. In the case of accidental arming, G2 suggests you accept your inevitable fate as a consequence of being too stupid to live. Hang on, that's not the right bit. Oh, right. Here we go.
So what about Colin's question? Why don't we lose track of you like we used to? You haven't scared the crap out of me in at least an hour.
Oh yeah, that's my concealer. Patent pending.
I had plenty of spots as a teenager, mate. There's no concealer that makes you vanish into the surrounding paint job.
Not concealer like the makeups, my dear. The concealer, patent pending. Very clever device from one of the scientists at Gated Galaxies. Small enough to wear on this built pouchy thing. We had our own little secret workshop, you see, and we would be making with the gadgets on that. Little projects. The concealer is a masking device, so it hides your true face, gives you a different accent. I didn't have time to read the handbook, so I think I had it cranked up a bit high. So, all the Jesus thing and that.
We need to talk about this more, but not right now.
Agreed. How many of those concealer things are out there? Or on this ship?
This is the prototype. If there are more, they are back on Earth. Now, Olivia?
Yes, Dr. Von Backstabber. I thought you said we were moving. It doesn't look like it.
We are moving, and very quickly. You just don't have a point of reference. You'll have to forgive her, Doctor. She was expelled from space school after, what was it? 6 days.
I took my textbooks with me, and you called Gated Galaxy's Flight Academy registered training space school. Perhaps both of you could shut up now. Jessie's right. We're moving fast, and away from Earth.
And why did you bring us away from the very important work of disarming Carl to see this?
Because we're accelerating at a rather, problematic pace.
How fast?
Is it really worthwhile having that discussion with all the maths and the explaining and the stupid? Or shall I save it for when we're not, 6 minutes from exploding?
Aye.
She has a point. What do you mean problematic? I mean very, very fast indeed. The sort of fast no Oz 8000 model ship was meant to go. These things are clapped out RVs, not race cars. For us, this is the sort of fast that starts ripping bits off.
How do we decelerate?
That's just it. We can't. Spaceships don't have brakes. We're burning fuel at a crazy rate as it is. And if we reverse engines to slow down, we'll burn even more.
There is, if I'm not mistaken, some asteroid belty thing upcoming. If we hit something substantial at this speed?
Space powder.
Okay. So much crisis-ing. How we don't all have 77 ulcers apiece, I don't know. Let's be looking at the buttons and the switches here.
Olivia, switch all the controls you've got control of to manual. I have an idea.
While Jessie explains some complicated and frankly rather dull sciencey stuff, why don't we take this opportunity to check in on the possibly final moments of some other folks aboard the ship.
Shut up! Are you sure that's the right pack? Oh, wait! Sandwiches!
Okay, some other folks aboard the ship.
I don't know why you won't go with me to steer the shuttle. We could be back on Earth by tomorrow, déjeuner.
I think you fail to understand something rather important. Actually, I imagine you fail to understand any number of important things, but this one in particular about me. I'm aboard this ship to protect it, the passengers, even this crew of cabbages. The fact that they've survived as long as they did without me, I think shows Gated Galaxy's great wisdom in making sure they can't access controls to anything more complicated than the microwave.
You want to be flying off with me? Into the stars? To the other side of the moon? And home again? Ooh, and home again?
Quite the contrary. Do you remember when I ran off and came back with another olive for Colin?
Oui.
I also disabled the shuttle.
What? Impossible! You did all of this in so few seconds? To the shuttle bay to do the very foolish thing, then the crew room and back again? Oh, you are très rapide. And so very inconvenient.
I thought it might give you a bit more incentive to help disarm the device.
That is... Oh, merde. So very clever. I'm having such difficulties right now. I am very much wanting to kill you. Also, to kiss you.
I wouldn't recommend trying either of those things. Or, go ahead. I haven't killed anyone in weeks, and I don't want to get rusty.
Oh, ma petite oiseau. I think I shall change my status on the book du fest to it is complicated. Have you always been so very, very fast with your running?
Well, to be completely honest, I didn't go to the crew room. I found the olive on the floor in one of those corridors. At least, I think it was an olive.
Alarm. Alarm. Alarm.
Attention, crew. Can everyone get back to Cal, please?
Alarm.
Now! You geniuses left the code with the guy with no arms. So clearly, not my fault. 1 minute.
Alarm. Alarm.
1 minute?
Hop on.
What?
Hop on. Just do it. I'm faster than you.
Oh, yeah.
Ow.
Yep, you heard that right, Space Monkeys. Aboard the clown car that is the Oz-9, the crew member left to type in the code is the one that has nothing to type with. And so, our crew races to Cal, hoping one of them will make it before the clock runs out, and that the code will work a second time. 2 cliffhangers in a row, I hear you shout? Well, yes, but I will leave you with this. It wasn't an olive. You've been listening to Tim Sherburn as Colin and Emily, June Clark Eubanks as the Albatros, Aaron Clark as Le Bichon Frise, Richard Cowen as Leet, Bonnie Brantley as Jessie and Donna, Eric Perry as Joe, Dr. von Zetzer and Head 1, Shannon Perry as Olivia and Madeline, John Faley as Brandon the YouTuber, and me, Richard Nadolny, as your narrator. Oz-9 is written and produced by Shannon Perry. Theme music is composed and performed by John Faley. If the ship really is about to blow, now might be a good time to get your cool Oz-9 merch. Check out our website, oz-9.com, for links to our Etsy and TeePublic sites. Also, some of us will be hanging out at Podtails October 20th in Cambridge, Massachusetts, so we hope to see you there. Thanks for coming back for Season 2. Your poor judgment means a lot to us. Until next time, Space Monkeys, narrator out.